I think it's recording. All right, I gotta draw this little guy in the corner. So let's get him done. Get her done, as they say. All right. Now I have a feeling I'm gonna have to just do his expression lines with the eraser. That looks pretty good right there. This is Scimitar after he's been knocked back against a wall. Who did he think he was fooling? Trying to fight a real hero. Here's the cool secret is remember he has learning mode on, of course. So he's gonna figure all that stuff out. Yes, I shortened his fingers. I had him all the way up there at one point. That's okay. Come here, you. All right, here we go. All right. I'm already planning the next comic, but I've still got one page after this. I think this guy's time is done, but there's got to be an ending, right? You got to have an ending, and I think I can wrap this whole thing up in one more page. And then my new comic is going to be Prometheus Powers. And that one's going to be... The reason it's Prometheus Powers, I know I've been saying it's going to be the cat one with the cat band. It's not going to be that one, and there's a reason for it, because the new 9-volt, which is coming soon, is Arcana. I should do a whole video about it, because there's like a whole thing. And all the people that are mad about it can be mad. But, yeah, the new one's going to be Weird Arcana, which is going to be awesome. And nobody's really going to be mad about it. I mean, but let's put that elbow piece is behind. It should be behind. There we go. And the theme there is anything to do with magic. Well, I've got this whole saga where Prometheus Powers and Abraxas went to the jungle world of Pellucidar to go liberate a dimensional stella and release the Ifrit that was trapping them. And they did it, and they were successful, and they saw Stardust there. Well, let's see which one is it. I did this like 2 years ago. And we kind of left it at that. Like they came home, but I just sort of left it at that. Vuku the Ifrit. Um, so Abrax and Hondo was there as well. Hondo's this shape changing monkey thing. I'm gonna draw it better, I think, next time. This is, like I said, this is 2 years ago. I've improved since then. And there's the character design sheet for him. Abrax the Summoner. And it's meant to be an homage to Ibis the Invincible, just as Prometheus Powers is Captain Marvel Jr. And then there's Stardust, right? Stardust is in it. Stardust, the Super Wizard, or as I call him, the Space Wizard. So, anyways, and I think I could draw him better as well. There's an actual confrontation between Stardust and Prometheus. It doesn't last very long. Prometheus just runs, but I think in the next installment, there has to be an actual battle of some kind between Prometheus and Stardust. So, something to think about for the next adventure. It's this one. And certainly within my capability. All right. Now I'm doing a little bit of a trick here. I've got it. This is basically sort of a 2-point perspective room, but we want to basically put some. We got to find places to put the lines in. The radiating lines from the vanishing point, or one of the vanishing points. As we're looking this way, one of the vanishing points has to be out here because we see him big and we see him small, so we know it's going off this way. And we also, same deal here, it's going that way too. So it's probably up here and over here. Well, I've got these, this is inside a cave, so we can put these sort of like little stalactites. And we should also do some speech bubbles. Let's fix those. I also have another thing going on. I got another commission, and I am ready to go on it. Where is it? I've done most of it already. I did most of it last night. And actually, I did the whole thing, and I sent it in, and he had some suggested corrections, which I'm going to do. Oops. And really happy about it. I like getting commissions. All right. All right, let me get back into ink. I think we're almost time for tones again. And we could probably fit in some crosswise vectors that are going this way, because like I said, we have that other vanishing point. But the thing I have to watch out for is anything tangenting or crossing or looking weird, which I'm going to get. It's inevitable. I'm not good enough to figure this stuff out on my own just yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I'm improving slowly. All right, so what I'm going to do, whoops, is loosen up these walls, make them look less like walls of a room. It looks like a cave to me now. I think this little contour texture line is a little too long. By breaking it up, it kind of implies the line without actually showing a line. And then we can also, at this point, we can do tones. And we know we're in the caves. We know things are good. I think we're ready for tones, and then this page will be done. So anyways, I know we're only at the 10-minute mark. Let's do a little bit of tones. See how far we can get. And then I can start thinking, perhaps dreaming about what I'm going to do for the next page. And given all that, I also got to think about what I'm going to do for the next comic. I have the opening scene in my mind already that it's going to be them coming back to Idris. I mean, no, not Idris, Vuku. And Vuku will be on his throne, this gigantic throne, and it's going to be, he's going to have like a Roman toga looking thing on, and he's going to be gigantic. He's way bigger. He's like 20 feet tall or something like that. And they come back and they give him this dimensional stella thing, and they plead for the release of the other wizards, the other spellcasters that are trapped in Vuku's realm, which he's made the bargain for. And I think I'm going to have Vuku be, I don't know if I'm playing against type or what, he will honor the bargain. Vuku is definitely, he's like a villain, but he's like a, maybe he's an anti-villain? What do you call that? He's like an anti-hero, maybe? He's not really a hero. He doesn't act on his own. Well, he does, kind of. He's almost like a force of nature because he's so big. But he was trapped. Now, eventually, I do want to have it to where the decision to release Vuku turns out to have been possibly not the best choice. But I think we need to make Shadow coming from behind her, like the lights here. This blast here is the light. It begs the question: what do I do about the rest of these backgrounds? Like I can probably throw in this texture right here. Um, I want to throw a shadow in front of him, but I don't know where his feet are going to end up. You know, it's like they're back here, so maybe it's not that important that we throw the shadow over him. Maybe it is, you know, that we'd have the shadow. You know, in this area. This is not the right shadow, but I mean, it's something like that. Because I like that right there. I like the one where his leg is in shadow. We also have the option of going a little darker. So I've got, that's the light shadow. This is the dark shadow. So the dark shadow is like that dark, much darker. I better be on the right. Peter, you better be on the right layer. Right? Maybe that's, oops, maybe the shadow over there. Something like that. All right, let's get away from these shaders and get back to the classics. There it is right there. So, oops, that was looking good for a second. I'm also really excited about, there's a couple of techniques I want to try out with oil pastel. I'm really getting into oil pastel lately. And it's funny because I got them by mistake. I had read, or I'd watched rather, some videos on YouTube about soft pastels, which are the chalky kind, right? And I thought, oh, I wish I could try this out. And there was a big sale at Hobby Lobby. And I went down there and I got some. And it was like, I don't know, $20 or something like that for 36 colors. And then I saw a box right underneath it. It said $17 for 48 colors. And I'm like, that's a better deal. I'm just going to get those. It says pastels right on there. And then I brought home and I realized I had basically, I had the right chalk pastels, soft pastels. And I'd put them down and I'd picked up oil pastels. And I'm like, oh, no, oil pastels aren't cool. Well, that's where you're wrong, pal. Oil pastels are very cool. And um, I'm still learning new things about them, but I even eventually even got the chalk pastels, and I didn't have nearly as much fun. Nearly as much fun as I was having with the chalk pastels. I mean, the oil pastels. Okay. I think when we did this shading on her, it really made her pop, so that's pretty cool. So at this point, we just got to make sure that we're cleaned up. And we're going to look out for tangents and things like that. Especially this leading edge. Like, it's okay to have certain features in shadow. That's certainly okay. But when we're dealing with just two colors, the tangents become something you really have to be careful about. Because every line is just a line, you know? All lines are created equal. So just because some lines are linking up one figure and other lines are linking up a shadow or another figure, you know, just because I can see it correctly doesn't mean a casual reader will make the same associations, and they might start matching the wrong lines with the wrong figure. And then where will we be? Well, we'll be in trouble because the drawing won't look as good. So that's why you got to take care of those tangents. All right, this is looking good. I think I do want to make some tangents on his back here. Not some tangents, some shading rather. So here, instead of acting as a shadow, which it's partially acting as a shadow, it's also acting almost like a color. Just same thing as on his chest plate here. It's doing some double duty. All right, looking good. All right, let's leave it at that for right now. I think we could call this page done and we can start on the next page. The next page has not even begun. You can see it's a big blank. There's nothing there. It's very intimidating. Sometimes I just draw something on there. Oops, maybe not that. So that I'm not so intimidated when I start drawing on there. It's like, well, it's already got some messy stuff on it, so it's okay. All right. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. There'll be more comics every day. I might start doing a series of oil pastel portraits or something. The new comic that I start working on will also be on this channel. So, like, by the time this one gets done, we're not going to waste a day. We're going to go right in and start, even if you just have to, even if there's nothing else to show you except for the design process, we're still going to be showing comics every day. Um, current comics. This is page 18. Let's put that on there. There you go. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.